What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga career mode. This is episode number 66, and we start today's stuff on our big 3-1 victory against RB Leipzig with an academy update and a look at our fixtures for the final calendar month of the year of December. As you can see, Freiburg's reserves away in the cup. Could not wait for this. Wolfsburg away. Marseille at the Velodrome in a meaningless match day 6 in the Champions League. Freiburg, Bayern Munich. And then Hertha Berlin away at Olympiastadion is our final game before the winter break in Germany. So heading into the first of 4 games, I could not wait for this, man. Freiburg's reserves away in the Free Liga, getting to the last 16. You got to give them credit, man. Seriously, their parent club couldn't do that because, well, we beat them in the last round 8-0. It was my biggest win in FIFA 22 thus far. So I was thinking, if we can beat the first team 8-0, what can I do against their reserves in the Free Liga, the lowest ranked team in the division? Well, let's see how I get on. And 13 minutes in, after fielding a completely weakened side, because we'd still be far stronger, we had the opening goal. Messiah Okugawa to Florian Kruger. Is this season 1? I'd love to see this goal, man. What a through ball by our Japanese playmaker. And Kruger, oh, great camera angle, by the way. Kruger gets a goal to make it 1-0. And I mentioned him many times now. He'll always have a place in this team. He had 7 goals in 18 back in season 1. And the ACL ruined him that season, as he had an outside shot of the Golden Boot back in season 1. Probably wasn't going to win it with Lewandowski's dominance, but even so, ever since then, never been the same striker. Jamie Llewellyn's come in, and the rest is history. But he is still going to always be a squad player in mine, because he's just such a decent goal-to-game ratio type of striker, man. He's one of those strikers you just love to have them in your reserves because they won't play much, but when they do play, you know they'll get you a goal. Even so, Finole Becker banged in our second. Another goal for Becker. That's his second in 3 games now as he makes it 2-0, whilst Freiburg's reserves, right before the break, would do something their parent club couldn't do and find a goal, half the deficit, get back in the game. Well, let's just say I wasn't really too concerned about it. It was their only chance of the game. They made it 2-1. They cut the gap to 1, but really it was all Arminia Bielefeld. And Okugawa in this game was pulling the strings as well. It was vintage Messiah Okugawa against a Free Liga team, let's be honest here. But 22 minutes to go, he got his second assist of the game, rolling through Patrick Wimmer. And like I said, this game kind of felt like season 1, you know. The goal scorers, Kruger, Becker, Wimmer, and the guy that got 2 of the assists, Messiah Okugawa. I loved it. It was like a throwback, this game, you know. It was really, really class. It was just a fantastic, fun game for like the old boys in this team who are now reserve players and not starters. But yeah, 3-1 the final score. Maybe not as dominant as we were against the parent team, but we came through with a victory. Very, very comfortable. Very, very routine indeed. And even when they got the goal back right before the break, I wasn't too concerned. Final score 3-1, and our reward is Borussia Dortmund. Yep, quarterfinals. We've got Dortmund in the cup. Schalke versus Leipzig, Köln versus Leverkusen, and Werder Bremen versus Frankfurt are the other ties. And we've got probably the strongest team remaining outside of us. But as we know, our cup record is so poor. I gotta say, with Dortmund being the holders of that competition, second place in the table right now, already beaten us this season in the Super Cup, travelling to the Signal Iduna Park. Yep, I'll be honest, I think we're underdogs for that game now. When you take in our poor cup record into consideration, our battles against Dortmund, we've got quite an even record against Dortmund, but they've already beaten us this season in the Super Cup. Yeah, I'd probably say we're slight underdogs for that tie. I really want to get to the Final Four of this competition for the first time ever. The board have asked me to win it, but my struggles in the DFB Pokal have been well documented since the series began. I think we're underdogs for that tie. I'll give it my best, but I think this might be the round where we exit the cup once again. Still, following game, Wolfsburg away from home, heading into this game here. Still top of the table, 6 points clear of Dortmund, and we've got the game in hand on Borussia Dortmund as well. So win this game, and we get a chance to go 9 points clear of second place. And what a start to the game as well. Jamie Llewellyn's 12th in 14 games as he aims to retain his golden boot, gives us the lead, and then 28 minutes in, Zach Steffen or Manuel Neuer. That was absolutely class there from the American shot stopper. Brought him out. I rarely bring my goalkeeper out of the area. I've got to be honest here. Like, even for long through balls from the AI, I tend to just leave it, you know, leave the ball to run through Hope one of my centre-halves can catch up. If not, try and hope that my goalkeeper can bail me out on the one-on-one, which against the AO and Ultimate rarely happens. But it looks so cool when you pull it off, you know. It's a really high-risk, high-reward type of thing to do with your goalkeeper. Bring him out with a triangle button, and he just about beat his man to the ball. So we are still leading by a goal. And whilst we had a couple of chances to extend our lead, we couldn't find it. But in the end, we were okay winning by a 1-0. A clean sheet for Bielefeld. I've had a couple of them this season. I've got to be honest here, a couple more than usual. And we come through the victory. My defense has really improved this year as well. And you saw the stats there. Wolfsburg failed to take a shot in the game. I was very, very composed in my back line. And I think one thing that's really helping is not dragging players out of position as much as I often do, and also not using the second man press as much as well. Now, the second man press, like, it used to be a really, really effective way of putting the AI under pressure in previous versions of FIFA, forcing them into wayward passes, but now, because the AI is so, at times, perfect on Ultimate, it's a bit of a death sentence, especially when the ball is inside your own area. Second man press when the ball is in or around your 18-yard area and you're basically asking to be exposed. I think that's the one thing that's really helped me this season. You've seen it multiple times. You know, oftentimes I'll use the R1 button and you see when I'm doing it because you'll see the cursor come on the second man and you'll know I'm holding the R1 button. I'm sure many of you at times have been thinking, stop doing it. It's a death sentence. It's just so hard not to do it. It's compulsive, you know. But even so, I've restrained myself from holding down the R1 button as much this season, and I'm reaping the rewards of more discipline as well because we're defending much better now, and you know, we might not end up with the best defensive record in the Bundesliga. We haven't had that since the series began, but it has improved this year statistically, and I think that's one of the main reasons why. Anyway, third game of today's episode. I was really excited to play at this ground, the Velodrome, glorious stadium. It's one of those stadiums that's on my bucket list to visit one day in real life. It's a gloriously built ground. I'd love to go there. Marseille is a beautiful city and I'd love to go to the stadium. It looks fantastic both in the game and in real life as well. And this game was meaningless. Matchday 6 of the Champions League group stage. We'd already guaranteed top spot with a game to spare, so I fielded a weakened side for this game. However, we still came through to extend our winning run. It's extended with a 2-0 victory in this game. We dominated possession once again. Another clean sheet. Masaya Okugawa is having a great season in limited minutes, bagged a brace in this game, and his 2 goals ensure we top the group with 6 wins in 6, perfect record, 15 goals, only 2 conceded, and go through alongside Spurs in second place. So last season we were runners up in the Champions League group stage, and our reward, if you will, or our punishment, however you want to put it, was facing Manchester City, and it could have happened again. Man City topped their Group F in this season's Champions League, so we could have potentially had Man City again in the last 16. And last year we were humbled by Guardiola's side, lost by 4-0 in the tie. But this season, now we've topped the group. Well, let's just say I'm hopeful that we'll have a team that we've got a good chance of overcoming for the quarter-final stages, because the board wants to get to the semis, and I'd say that's my target as well. Semi-final place with Arminia Bielefeld this season. We're more than good enough to do that, and I think topping our group, there are some very big teams that finish runners-up. Of course, as I often say, you know, like, it's the Champions League. Even the teams that are runners-up are going to be really, really tough to face, but I'm hoping this year we get the luck of the draw, unlike last season, and face a team we'd probably be considered favourites against. Anyway, following game, it was Freiburg, our 4th and final one. We've faced these guys quite a lot recently, but this was their parent team in the league at the Schuka Arena, and after we battered them 8-0 in the cup, let's just say they were hoping to do a little bit better in this game, but we wanted to extend our winning run. We took the early lead in this game through you-know-who, Jamie Llewellyn, whilst Freiburg did have a good chance to level it in the second half. A couple of good chances. We would find ourselves our second goal 4 minutes after the restart. A little bit of a lucky one, we'll take it. Shot rebounded off the goalkeeper, rolled across by Theo, and Brekalo off the bench at the break makes it 2-0 Bielefeld. And at this point here, I was like, okay, we're okay. You know, there are certain stages in a game where, like, you have to weather a storm, if you know what I mean. But once you get yourself a cushion, that's when you can breathe again. That's when you can relax again. That's what that Brekalo goal did there. As soon as we got that, I was like, okay, we're going to be all right now. And Brekalo bagged his brace not long afterwards as well. Lovely assist as well. Did you see that skill pass there? That was glorious. So, yeah, 3-0 Bielefeld. Points surely in the bag. The winning run going to be extended whilst we would lose the clean sheet with a minute after to go, which is very frustrating because we have a rare chance to win the Golden Glove this season with Zach Steffen, and throwing away a late goal and throwing away the clean sheet late on is so frustrating. But the most important thing was, of course, the win. 3-1 the final score, a Brekalo brace, and another for Jamie Llewellyn. I think it's goal number 13 in the season now for our top scorer and golden boot holder. 3-1 the final score, our winning run extended. We are absolutely dominating right now. And it's beginning to make me pose the question, as we extend our lead in the Bundesliga, we're into the DFB Pokal last day, and after topping our group with a 100% record in the Champions League, well, I've got to be honest, are the treble dreams on this season? First time I've mentioned it, I always try and downplay it, but hey, listen, you never know. 2 games away from the halfway point, 8 points clear of Bayern, who we face next and have a chance to go 11 points clear. You just never know. We're the best team in Germany, and maybe, just maybe, a treble could be on the cards. But that will end today's episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode, guys. Big fan of watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you had, please drop a like. Most of you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode very soon.